Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? This is Josh here with Innocent. You guys remember him from the YouTube channel? What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good. All is well. You guys staying warm?
Man, it's a cold day today. So let me just do some checks here. If you're watching live, go ahead and comment on YouTube. Let us know what's going on, where you're watching from, hashtag replay. Also, please hit the like button, okay? Don't have to subscribe. I know you don't like subscribing, but just hit the like button, and then that's going to allow us to do more videos like this and boost up our views, okay? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. One more time, hit the like button. Okay, so what are we doing today? $100,000 photo booth business challenge. Never been done before. Your boy Josh is bringing it to you live because I keep it real, 100% transparent. And I'm going to show you that I did it one time and I can do it again. And we are going to do it. So we have Innocent here with us. He purchased an Astro booth, photo booth from us. About how long ago was that?
Early January.
Okay, early January. So just about a month ago. So he picked up his booth a couple of weeks ago, and he is one of the only ones that has gone through all of the training, and it's verified because he left comments on every single one of the videos that he watched. And so an idea popped into my mind. Hey, this guy's committed. He wants to change his life. He wants to make this business work. So I invited him, like, let's do a challenge together where we're going to live stream once a week, and we're going to build his business from 0 to 100,000, 6 figures. Okay. And we're going to do it live in here, and we're going to give it to you free. Okay. So if you guys like that, go ahead, give me a like, thumbs up on the video. We're going to be coming to you. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Innocent's going to be doing the work. I'm just going to be flapping my lips, you know, but he's going to be reaping the rewards at the end of the year, or throughout the year, actually. So give us a little bit story about yourself before we get started.
So I was actually raised in Garland, right in your hometown. Went to high school at North Garland, and
oh, you did? I didn't. Did you know Dr. Mudley?
Who?
Dr. Mudley. He was a teacher there.
At North Garland, or?
Oh, North Garland. Oh no,
yeah,
not
North Garland.
Okay.
Right.
Never mind.
So, went to North Garland, played football, ran track. Went to college, played football, ran track. Upon graduation, I moved to Austin and started working in the restaurant industry, and worked my way up to a director of operations. And I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Always grew up in a household. My parents own a limousine business. They run out of Dallas. As far as my side hustle goes, I had a pizza restaurant for 3 years. And if anybody's owned a restaurant, it's not the funnest thing to do. Too many moving pieces. That separated. The second one was I owned a cleaning business. That was profitable, but it's not fun cleaning people's toilets and working late nights, going into office buildings, and security guards calling the police on you. It's not fun. Yeah, the beard didn't help.
He just shaved his beard.
I shaved my beard.
Yeah, good job for that.
So right when the pandemic hit, I told my wife, "Hey, let's just save up. We're not going to travel. Let's put ourselves in a position. So if an opportunity does come, let's have the cash and the resources there to make that move." So just during 2020, I just kept seeing photo booths, and it was your competitor who I kept seeing. So I reach out to him, and we start talking, and he wants me to come fly out there. He even agreed to pay for half my travel expense. Right. So I'm like, okay, I mean, it's far, it's in Connecticut. And the more I prayed about it and just meditated on it, I didn't feel like it was the right move for me, just because it was so far away. And I was like, there's got to be something closer. So, of course, I get on Google and I start looking, and I found a guy in Las Vegas, LA. And then I think my third try, I found PBI. I'm like, PBI, and I looked at the address. I'm like, Arapahoe, like my mom lives right there, like on Jupiter, and
You literally had to take that road every day to go to school.
right. And it's funny because you're right next to like probably the only, the only like blockbuster in the world, maybe, right?
It's closed, man. So that is a family video, and they just closed. Like surprisingly, they lasted so long, but they just closed. Yeah.
I
Shout out
don't
to
know.
family video, man.
You're right. So I mean, I've always seen the building, just drove past it, like I said. But where was I? Oh, so I found you guys, and I called immediately, and I spoke to your sales lady, and immediately booked an appointment with you. Came to Dallas that Friday, and obviously, here I am, fell in love with it.
Cool. So it's crazy, right? Grew up, went to school, just 1 block away from the office. 1 block away from the office.
Right.
Yeah, it was meant to happen, man. It was meant to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so Innocent brought his booth. He came in. We had a great time in the showroom. I got to meet his lovely wife, and he made a purchase and started going through the training right away. Okay, now, one thing I always say, the difference between success and failure is the execution, and Innocent executed right away from day one. He made the purchase, he went home, and that same night, I started getting comments on the YouTube channel like, oh, this is good info, or, oh, I didn't think about that. And you watch my 5 mistakes video, and you watch my my Google Calendar video, and Jasmine's bookings video, and all that stuff. And we take a lot of time to put all this stuff together, and we're trying to unload all these years of experience that we have on this journey that you're fixing to go on. So I think you're off to a great start, and that's why I reached out to him and said, hey, let's do this thing live, because I know that you're a guy, you're already executing without me saying anything. And if I just, mentor you, I think you can get to 6 figures, pretty easily before the end of the year is my goal. I think we can get there, no problem. I mean, he's already on a great start. So let's actually, so he's already got 5 bookings on there, which we're going to talk about, right? All during a pandemic, all during, whatever people think is going on in the world, which I'm not saying there's not stuff not going on, but, it's easy to say, like, have an excuse and say, oh, well, this is going on and I can't do this and this can't happen. You're still going out there making it happen, because the truth of the matter is that you're just one piece of this puzzle that has to happen no matter what. And what I mean by that is, like, people are going to get married, and people have to get married so that the Hilton downtown is going to stay open. Otherwise, they have to close their catering business and their conference business, and that's thousands of people's jobs. So they have to remain open. We're just, the catering business, the photographers, all the other industries that depend on this one industry here. And to sit there and think that the entire industry is going to fail, it's kind of short-sighted. And I've been saying this since day one, although it is tough in some states, we're lucky that we're in Texas, and we're going to take advantage of that. And we're going to demonstrate this live day to day, or week by week, until you get to 6 figures, and then we're going to throw a big party. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm going to do something crazy. We're going to have to do some Wolf of Wall Street stuff. Okay, so,
Cabo.
Cabo?
Cabo.
We're going in April. It's already booked. You better be there.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right. So up until this point, so last night I texted him. I wanted to do this video last night. He said he was going to be at the Hilton. He's got some business to take care of. Okay. So tell me a little bit about, you've been posting on your Facebook. You're doing a good job at that. You got your website set up. You got business insurance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you go with that?
So maybe
Hiscox or
Hiscox.
Yeah, a lot of people commented on that. Right. So Innocent's been posting in the group as he's been setting up his business, and meeting with the other members inside the Facebook group, which only PBI customers have access to. And so he posted there the other day about business insurance. Got a ton of comments, which was great, because it's good to have different perspectives and see what else is out there. Things are changing fast. I remember when I got started to open a bank account, I had to make an appointment, then go meet, go to Bank of America and then sit down with this person who's never owned a business before, that's worked at corporate job, to try and help me open my business account. Like how much not beneficial. Now I can go online, right? So the business account, did you get that set up?
I did. Yep.
You got Novo? Did you do Novo?
I did not.
What did you go with?
I'm sorry, are you asking for the company name that I chose?
Yeah. Who did you go with for your business account?
Oh, I'm sorry, A+ Credit Union.
Okay. All right. So there's the evolution of online. We can now open business accounts online. One of the companies is called Novo, Novo. If you just Google Novo business account, that's another option. I don't know if A+ is charging you fees or anything like that, or minimums. But these new tech companies are coming out and revolutionizing everything from old school business to new school. So just check that. I don't know if they said anything. Are they charging you?
I mean, I think I'm keeping the minimum in there, 10,000. So
damn, that's a lot. That's a lot for a minimum when you're just starting off. You know what I mean? So personally, when you have these banks and they tend to be antiquated, and when I say antiquated, I mean at some point you're going to need to get your accounting set up, and you'll need accounting software for that, whether it be QuickBooks or another accounting company I use is called Bench. I'm going to put a link below so you can. It's called Bench Accounting, and it's an online firm that actually does all your accounting and everything for you. Now, the reason why I say A+ may not be a good fit, because they may not be able to integrate with QuickBooks or with Bench. And if you have something that does not integrate, it's going to mean that you're going to spend a lot of time wasted on menial tasks that you shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? So that's something you want to look into. Okay, so did you set up the LLC?
So I have a meeting with my accountant when I do my taxes next week.
Yeah. Okay, so just make sure that your accountant has experience setting up LLCs. A lot of times they do that obviously just for extra revenue. I prefer to have the LLC set up by an attorney, because that's more legal stuff. CPA and accounting is more for finance stuff.
Gotcha.
And so if you have, my experience, if you have too many people that manage, it's like putting all your eggs in one basket. Now, this person may be great and you may be doing business with them a long time, but I like to separate things out and hire the right person for the right job. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's just something you want to consider. I would just look into it and ask the right questions. A lot of people, yeah, we can just set it up, and maybe they don't have the articles of corporation done properly. You need to have a operating agreement. You need to make sure your state filings is properly done. And so, like I said, most of the time they will say they can set it up for you, because it's just additional revenue that they make. So we actually have a question here. Courtney, thank you for watching. So what bank would be good with QuickBooks? You really you can check with QuickBooks to see what banks it integrates with. That's how you would want to check that. But most of the big banks and the online banks are going to be able to integrate with QuickBooks. So, but A+ Credit Union, it's just a small community bank in Texas. I've actually had a car loan with them, and they're a small bank. And typically with the small banks, the good thing with the small banks is, if you need to go apply for the loan, you have the loan committee, you have your banker that has so much that they can sign for. So it's good in that aspect. But as far as features goes, they may not have the features of the big banks. Okay, but with the big banks, you're just a number in the system. You know what I mean? Like I work with a small bank. I can pick up the phone, call the vice president. Hey, I need approval to approve a letter to buy this building, right? Send me a $500,000 approval letter. Sure, no problem. He'll type it up and send it to me. Then I can go and make an offer on something like that. But with Bank of America, you're not going to have that kind of leeway, you know, because they're just so big. So that's the difference between the small banks and the big banks. So my preference right now would be Novo. It's free. Let's take a look at their website. Actually, I'm going to share my screen. Thank you for commenting, Courtney. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, just let us know and we'll be happy to dive deeper into that. So, yeah, so one thing, you know, things are changing so fast. There's new companies coming out. There's new apps coming out. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. All right, so this is Novo right here. This is their website. So you can see powerful, simple business banking, free business checking account in the palm of your hands, easy transfer, apply in minutes, no hidden fees, FDIC insured, online banking. Okay. Powerful banking that gives your business an edge is right there. Okay. And here's like the comparison, right? Like the traditional business account versus, you know, what they offer. Okay. So just something to think about. You know, you do what works for you, but this is what my recommendation would be. And then here we go. This is the important thing. Connect Novo to your tools. Okay. Like for example, I actually use all of these tools right here, right? Like the PBI shop is set up on Shopify. We use Slack to communicate with the team. I use QuickBooks for my accounting. I use Stripe to accept payments. I use Zapier to send text messages. I use TransferWise to wire payments to people. I don't use Zero because Zero is a competitor to QuickBooks. But you know, my current banking system does not, you know, have that. But you know, we're already 6 years in business now. It's a challenge for us to switch from where we are to something new, you know, because we got it working the way we need it to. Anyway, so that's Novo there. That's going to be one of my best bets that I think about. All right, so you got that. You got the LLC set up. Bench was the other one I wanted to show you. All right, so bench.co. I'm going to put my affiliate link below. You guys click on the link and then you'll get like a month or two free. Okay. Now I'm going to spend some time on this because this is one of the biggest problems. Did you take any finance courses in college?
Like 2 of them.
Okay. This is bar none, hands down, the number one thing that every entrepreneur, every business I've worked with, every business friend, owner I've met, this is what they suffer with. Okay. It's the accounting. All right. Because this is the mindset. This is the mindset that I had when I went into this is I'm just an entrepreneur. I don't want to deal with the books. I don't want to deal with accounting. I want to go and do what I love to do. I love to make money. I love to work for the booth events, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That is a failing mindset. You will 100% fail at business if you have that mindset. Okay. You have to know how to read your profit and loss statement and your balance sheet. Okay. Those are the 2 key things that you need to know. You need to know what's on there, because if you go to apply for a loan, a credit card, if you're talking to an investor, anything, and they ask you to send them, hey, send me your P&L from last year, your balance sheet from last year. Let me take a look and see if this is something I'm interested in. And you don't know what the hell's on there, you're going to miss it. They're going to be like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing because he's running his business off his bank account. Okay. Which is the wrong thing to do. Okay. The money you have in your bank account is not actually how profitable your business is. I did that for many years. I made that mistake and it costed me a lot of money in the end because I didn't understand that we were making money. Money was coming into the bank account, but we were actually losing money because our expenses were so high. You know, and that's what the accounting is going to help you understand. And it's not hard. This actually wasn't around when I got started. If it was, I would have started with them. Okay. So this is where it goes into like these new companies, technology companies are coming out and revolutionizing everything. All right. So they'll tie into your bank account and then they'll do your bookkeeping for you. Okay. So they have a beautiful app here. And so you set up an account here, you connect it to your bank account, you'll have an onboarding call with your bookkeeper. They give you a bookkeeper And then you'll talk with them every month, and they'll help you understand, okay, what, how your business is doing. They have really nice reports that's easy to use, and it's all online. They have an app. You can chat with your bookkeeper in the app. Okay. Now your CPA will tell you that they can do the bookkeeping as well. Okay. And that's okay. But it's not okay if you need to get a profit and loss statement to send over to the bank to get a loan, and then you call them and she's in Hawaii and she's not going to come back till next Tuesday, and you got to wait till next Tuesday to get what you need. That's not okay, because that's what I did. I had an outdated accountant who had everything, all our documents on an office computer that sat in one of his offices there. So when he went out of town, I couldn't get access to any of my financial documents for a week or so, wherever. Grandma died, he's going to go to Kansas City, and he's be out, and then I got to wait till he comes back. I can't imagine running a business like that. You're not going to be successful. You need to have everything at your fingertips on your phone right away, any moment's notice, like any moment's notice. Okay, so this is how you do it. You have your online bank, you have your accounting system here, you got all your apps on your phone, anything you need, anywhere you go, right? You go to a networking event in Austin. Somebody says, "Hey man, we're private equity. We invest in small companies that are coming up, entertainment businesses. Send me your stuff." You can go right on your phone and send it to him while you're at the event. That's next level stuff. That's where you want to be. All right, so I'm going to put a link below to Bench on there, so you're going to get access to that. They'll do your accounting for you, okay? And there's nothing better and more pleasing to banks and to investors and to anyone in the business community than when you have clean bookkeeping. When you have clean bookkeeping, there's nothing more attractive than that. That actually increases the value of your business. Let's say one day you want to sell your business. You're like, "Hey Josh, I'm ready to move on to something else. I want to sell this business." First thing, how's the bookkeeping? That's the first question. Because most of the time, 99% of the time, the booking is this is what the story is. Well, my uncle was doing it, and it was okay. It needs to be cleaned up. Okay, what that actually means to someone as an investor, like, okay, you don't know whether you're even making money, first of all. So the value that you get to sell your business at is going to come down. Okay, and so if you start from the beginning with something like this, and you may not need it at this very moment, maybe 1 month from now, once you start working those events, you'll be able to get it set up, and then you just start clean, and it remains clean forever. And you have a clean business that you can go on your phone and you can say, "Hey man, we made 3,000 last month. This month we made 3,500. Now we made 4,000. Okay, my business is growing, right? My business is growing, and I know that because I'm looking at my profit and loss statement, not what's in my bank account. Because you can have money in your bank account and still be losing money. All right, that's a painful lesson right there. That's accounting 101. All right, so let the bookkeeper do the bookkeeping. Now your accountant is gonna take the reports that the bookkeeper is gonna get, and then he's gonna file your taxes. So it's actually two separate jobs. Now, typically what happens is your accountant is going to have a bookkeeper in his office, in his staff. Okay. Now, the problem with that is that if something gets messed up, they're going to, clean it up in their own way, which may not be up to standards of traditional bookkeeping accounting practices. And that's why I like to keep it separate. Okay. So Bench is not going to file your taxes for you. You take the reports from Bench and you give it to your accountant, and they file your taxes for you. Two separate jobs. I like to keep it separate. I don't trust one person with too much. It's like a system of checks and balances. You know what I mean? Are you with me so far?
No, that's good, because I was going to go with my guy and let him do that.
Yeah, and that's what will happen. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this guy that you have, they have 40 other clients, right? And now it's hard to manage 40 clients, especially at this level. You're talking about finances. They got to scrutinize every transaction that's on there, and they're gonna miss something. It's gonna happen. Okay, but now you take the load off of them and you let Bench handle it. And Bench is a large company. They have the resources available. They have the technology available. They scrutinize every transaction, You know what I mean? And they're not biased on anything, because your accountant's bookkeeper is going to be biased to the way he does things and the way he likes the books done. Okay? Because if you have multiple accountants, they all have a certain way they do things. Let's book the income into this category. Let's put the expenses into this category, that kind of stuff, you know? And then you get caught up in them, and then, you know, it's hard to undo years of work. I've had to go back and actually redo 3 years of work one time. About 3 years ago, I had to do that because I trusted one guy to do the accounting and the bookkeeping, and he did it incorrectly. And so the next guy I hired, they had to go back and do 3 years worth of work, which is terrible. It's a horrible experience, you know. When they sit there and they're like, "Oh, this is done all wrong," and it's like, man, I paid taxes based on this stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? How much did I lose? How much did I lose? So this is why it's important for you to understand this stuff. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything. You can go on Udemy, right? Udemy.com. You can buy a basic accounting course, and you can just learn about it. Okay, because what you don't know, you will get screwed over on. Okay, you need to know enough not to get screwed over. That's it. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to go get a financial degree, but you need to know enough to question your accountant. Hey, why are you putting this in this category? Why is it done like that? Okay, because if they just got a bunch of people that don't know what's going on, do you really think that if you have 40 clients, right, and 35 of the 40 clients have never ran a business before, and they're all trusting him to do that, would he put his best foot forward? Would he do, you know, he should, because he has but at the end of the day, they may not be looking out for you as good as you're going to look out for yourself, you know? So that's a story there about how that goes. So you got the LLC set up, look into getting that done. You may even look at LegalZoom, just see what the costs are going to be. Okay, so that's going to be a basic setup. Now, since you're in Texas, you know, you want to look at the sales tax ID to get that set up, because you are going to have to charge sales tax. Okay, and it's not a hard thing. You go onto the website, apply for a sales tax permit, tell them about your business, and then when you get the permit in the mail, then you just add the 8.25 on top of, you know, your sales tax, right? Now, this accountant can cover with you. This is something finances that's within their wheelhouse. So I would talk to them about that as well. And then, you know, you collect the money, and then you just make the payment. Sometimes they tell you make the payment quarterly or monthly. So you just log onto the website, say, okay, I made $1,000, and it'll calculate like, okay, you owe $82.50, whatever, for the taxes, and then you just put your credit card there and you make the payment. It's not that hard. But you want to stay compliant from the beginning, you know? Right. Yeah, that's going to be the best thing to do. So if you get this stuff set up, now let's take a look at your website. What is the website?
www.flashpartyphotobooth.com.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do a live website audit here. All right, here we go. Can you see that? Can you see that on the screen?
I can.
Yeah. All right, cool. So first of all, if you see up here, you see it says not secure.
That's getting worked on. They're missing the certificate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You want to get that sorted out as soon as possible. I like the logo is clean. You know, I like that a lot. So this photo here, it's pixelated on my screen. I don't know if you can see it or not. So you may want to, I think if that's Jaime's photo, I know he's got a better photo that he can send you. You may want to have him take a look at that. Okay. And then you need to get your quote form, your quote button up here.
Quote, okay.
Yeah. So you got the click to call, which is good, but you need to get your quote button. But yeah, it's clean and simple, and it looks really good so far. Just make these tweaks. Let's see. So I clicked photo booth there.
See, that part right there should not be showing.
Yeah. So are you doing the website or who's doing it?
No, web.com.
Okay. So how do they work? Like whenever like you have an agent that you work with and you just send your request?
So you can do that online, or you can call them, which I prefer calling them and getting it done right then and there with the modification team.
Okay.
So I don't know if you clicked at the bottom. It was doing that the previous time. They said they took care of it, but that should not be showing.
Yeah. I would recommend at some point that you get control of it. You know, you can use like some of the ones that I talked about in the webinar, you know, the Wix or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you can use Shopify too. You can recreate this. But, you know, I don't like depending on people, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff, because let's say you're running Google ads and they didn't fix that problem. That's costing you money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because you're
Right.
sending there and they clicking on the button and it goes to a random page. That's wasted money, you know? So I would recommend, you know, that you try and fix that as soon as possible, and then try to put more of the photos that we gave to you on there.
Okay.
Did you test out this form here?
I did not.
Okay, so that's going to be another big problem usually, that the forms don't work.
Okay.
So you may want to just test that out as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay. You want to try and get a video whenever you can. So you want to put a video on there. People need to see, you know, it's more visual stuff. And then you want to put a picture of yourself and introduce yourself on there. Okay. People buy from people. You have to remember that. You bought from PBI because of me, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So people are going to rent from your company because of you. So you want to include a picture, you know, of you and your wife on there and say like, hey, this is our photo booth deal. You know, this is what we do. This is why we started. I mean, put your kids on there as well. People, they understand like, okay, they see this picture, then you fill out the form and then you call them and then you show up at their event. That's a crazy experience. You know, that's what they want. You know, like whenever we were doing the rentals, people will ask the attendants all the time, like, oh, are you Josh? You know, I've been watching a video. You know, I saw you in the photo booth video demonstrating the photo booth. You know, so that's the other thing you want to do is you want to shoot videos of the features of your photo booth. Hey guys, this is Innocent. This is how the text message feature works. And then you take a photo and you type it in your number and you text it to yourself and you show it to the camera. You have to show people like that how it works. Hey guys, this is how the emoji works. This is how the green screen works, or you know, whatever, Facebook uploading, all the stuff that you know Jaime told you about. Cool.
Cool.
Down here, your email address is too long.
Okay.
Someone's gonna mess up typing that. So I would just change it to IM at photobooth at flashpartyphotobooth.com.
Okay.
And that's your personal cell right here.
That is.
Okay. So GoDaddy has a cool app. It's called SmartLine. I use it. It's like $10 a month, and they give you like a separate local phone number that you can text, email, and make calls from. I would recommend switching that over to that. That way you can distinguish that whether your mom's calling you to come eat, or you know, or it's a customer. Yeah. So that's called GoDaddy SmartLine. It's real simple, easy to use.
Now, what would be the difference between that and a Google line?
It's the same thing. The Google is really meant for use for more personal stuff. I mean, you could do a Google Voice. I haven't used it in a while. It's just that they have so many settings, it can get a little confusing. And this GoDaddy one is just the purpose for it is to have a business line. You know what I mean? Like Google Voice has a lot of different features. You know, like they do call screening, and you know, if you don't turn that off, people call you and then they yeah. So Courtney said Google Voice is free and they give you a local number. Yeah, try it out, see whatever works. It was been years since I've used Google Voice. I haven't used it in a long time. All right, so let's take a look at your payment. So you got your payment. See, this is the photo you should have on your homepage. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
That'll be I know that's a high quality photo because we took that photo. So that's good. You got the PayPal. Now the good thing, I tell you what, like with Bench is going to be able to integrate with PayPal. So they'll be able to track all your expenses and all the money coming in. Because what I heard you say earlier too is that you're getting money from Cash App, you're getting money from PayPal, and it gets a little confusing to keep track of all of that. And I know 100% for sure your accountant's not going to be able to keep up with that. That's why I like Bench, because Bench is going to integrate with PayPal. I don't know if they integrate with Cash App yet, but they'll be able to get at least the PayPal transaction. So because if got to account for every dollar, that way you have a true understanding of how good your business is doing. And then you also want to check all the links here. Make sure your links are good. So your Facebook page is looking good. You need to put a picture of yourself on there. You need to do an introduction, who we are, why we do it, that kind of stuff. Let's see, YouTube. Did you set up a YouTube channel? No.
It's a personal one though, but so I just kind of put my traveling adventures on there. I haven't put my photo booth on there.
Yeah, it's not going to work, boss.
Okay.
So you're going to set up a YouTube channel, okay? So you're going to do like the channel name should be like Flash Party Photo Booth, and then put a keyword inside the channel name, like Photo Booth Rentals Austin. Or you can just name it that, Photo Booth Rentals Austin. I don't even think there's probably a YouTube channel like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then you can watch some videos on how to set up a YouTube channel on YouTube and just follow the process. Mm-hmm. Just do it one time, do it properly, just copy everything we do on our challenge. If we, you got to get a nice banner, make sure all your links are there, do your channel keywords, all that stuff. The best way to learn anything is take some time and go through all the settings. That's how I learn stuff. If I get a new app, open it up, go through all the settings and understand what each setting does, like that. See, product shouldn't be on here. It should be services.
Okay.
Because it's like, and then these stock photos, you got to get rid of that too. And then you typed all the stuff up?
I went over it with them, yes.
Okay. This is okay, but I would eventually change all this photography with your own. That's okay. Because you can tell people know like stock photography and pictures that you've actually taken yourself. And then I like you got the add-ons right here. You kind of go in my thing where just selling it first and then buying it later. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So what you want to do is you need to have the quote button in more places. It needs to be visible at all times. Like not only on the home page, it needs to be like every time I scroll, I should see like a quote button. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because and then also on top here, it should have. So you got the contact us. I mean, I guess you could use this page here, but change this to get a quote, not contact.
Okay.
Yeah. And then another cool thing is live chat. That's been working really good too. The company that we use is called talk.io. Talk.to. It's free. See, all this stuff is free.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can live chat. Okay, because that's the best thing. You get people to your website, they're live chatting with you. People are used to that.
Wow.
Okay. Keeping your expenses low. So yeah, you install that right there. It's going to show up on the bottom right corner, and then you can live chat with people. Yeah, but I wouldn't run any Google ads to this as of yet because you need to fix these things first. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting money.
Right. I was waiting for the secure button to get fixed. The certificate.
Yeah. And then you also, if you right click here on Google Chrome and click inspect, this is how it looks on a phone. Okay. most of the internet traffic is on a phone. Okay. If you get 100 visitors to your website, 60 to 75% of them, so 60 to 75 visitors are going to be on a phone, mobile device. Okay. You've heard that, mobile first, mobile indexing, everything's, mobile. This is what it looks like here. So you want to definitely take a look at your website always in this first. This has to look good first before it looks good on the desktop. So, and that's probably why they did this here, but you also want to have your quote button right under it.
Okay.
Or above, because you want to get the phone call, or you want to talk to them. Get a quote from them. But yeah, this is good because it tells people like what it is and where it is. Some people's website you go to, you don't know what exactly they're doing. So I think that's a good stopping point for right now.
Okay.
Any other questions that you can think of?
No, not right now.
You got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm taking notes.
Yeah, that's good. See, that's another thing. I talk a lot of time, and people don't take notes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think they can memorize all this kind of data, but this is years and years of mistakes that I made. So yeah, get those fixed up, and then you did the training with Jaime, darkroom training. How was that?
That was great. When I got the booth, I was under the assumption that Dark would offer the training. Like, okay, I get it. You sold the physical hardware, and then they would train me on the software. But no, it wasn't like that. And Jessica made it clear. She was like, here, watch this video. Like, why can't you just tell me how to do it?
We don't want lazy people, man. Lazy people. There's enough lazy people in this world.
Right. But, when I first got the booth, I spent almost 3-4 hours each morning on it, right? Familiarizing myself with it, playing with it. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm thinking 10X. What's going to get me the results? I need to be out calling and going visiting people, talking to people.
Yeah.
And that's when I asked you, I'm like, hey, who's somebody I can dial in, email, call, text?
Now, wasn't that the best business investment you made?
Of course. Yes, it was.
How much was it?
$150. I actually paid him more. Just so when I call, kind of like a retainer. I'll cash app him. I told Jaime.
All right, guys. So what we're talking about is one of our customers. He offers one-on-one training for darkroom booth. So if you guys need that, comment below. We'll get you the information. Give us a like if you got some value today. All right, we're starting from scratch. We're going to 100,000. We're going to 100,000. We're going to give him a big plaque. We're going to celebrate big.
Let's do it.
All right, this is going to be a long journey. Excited for Innocent. Don't let me down. All right, because I'm going to come after you. Don't let me down. All right. Yeah. Put all this stuff to work, man. You can make a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of demand. I keep checking the stats every day. I just posted the stats the other day for Google Trends. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up right now. So I always take a look at just to see like what the market is like, right? So wedding venue, ENUE. Yeah, just take a look at this here. So you can see that. Like, just look at this big jump here. This is from 50 to 100 in December. That's crazy. That's like, this is the highest point of interest is 100, and it jumped up there. Now it's going down because it's kind of settling. But if we look at the 90-day chart, see, it's kind of peaking up like that. So there's a lot of interest still going on. And, a lot of people got out the business. You can see the different states right here. Let's take a look here. Subregion. How do I do this? Alabama. See, there's nothing. There's not one state that's less than Hawaii is less than 50, and Connecticut and Colorado. Okay, well, these other states here, which are weird, but most of the states are still. Oklahoma is at 100 for a wedding venue. Yeah, wow. So I guess like the dark blue here. So anyway, people are still searching. you know, this data is just from Google. There's obviously other websites, you know, like Bing, Yahoo, Wedding Wire. They're not, you know, this is just data from one website telling you what's actually happening, you know. And let's just type in the wedding and see what actually happened. Yeah, so same thing here. So it went from 50 on December to January 18th to 100. So it's kind of settling now. But as long as it stays above 50, I mean, it's good, you know, at least we ain't at 0. So that's the trends I like to see, you know, and keep up with. Yeah, wedding. So that's good news for everybody. And, you know, more people are vaccinated now than people who have COVID. So Courtney says, this is great information. I have a rental company and would love to incorporate a photo booth. It's a bit intimidating, but we'll definitely will that. Hey, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. If you want a photo booth, you want to start a business, we got throwing chairs, all that stuff. We're going to cover it live. We're going to go to 100,000 here with Malik. I'm going to show you. I did it. I made $1 million. I'm going to have Malik do 100K, and then he's going to go from 100 to $1 million by himself. All right.
Do it.
All right, guys. So comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. Thanks for watching, Courtney. If you guys have questions, text me at that number below. That's my cell phone. And we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.